Have you ever thought about what really makes someone miss you? It's not just being apart. There are certain things that can make her long for you even more and make her think of you more often. Today's video will reveal these powerful cues and combine them with Stoic principles to help you understand how to use moments of absence to deepen her emotional connection with you. We'll look at the psychology of attachment and memory and show how Stoicism's ideas about self-control and emotional balance can give you an edge in making her miss you even more, whether you just broke up with someone or are drifting apart from someone you used to be close to. This video is meant to give you useful information and a deep understanding. If you're new to the channel and want to see more videos about relationships and Stoic knowledge, click the red subscribe button and become a part of our community. This is the beginning of your path to stronger relationships. First, let's dive in. She feels like she can't be seen in the chaos of everyday life. Forget how important the attention we get from others is. We don't really understand how important it is until it's gone. For example, when a woman feels forgotten all of a sudden, it can make her long for the person who used to make her feel truly seen. There are different ways that this feeling of not being seen can show up. She might tell you about a success and notice that you're not there to party with her like you used to. Or she might be having a bad day and miss how you could tell what she was feeling and help her without her having to say a word. The Stoics taught us to value what we can control and to be fully engaged in the present moment. When you were with her, giving her your full attention, it wasn't just about being there physically, it was also about being there emotionally and mentally. This kind of presence is rare in today's fast-paced world, where distractions are everywhere and real connection often feels elusive. To make her miss you, it's about cultivating that same kind of Stoic presence when you're not there. When she remembers how you used to be fully attentive to her needs, she realizes the depth of connection that is now missing. It's not about playing hard to get or manipulating emotions. It's about really understanding the power of your presence and how much it meant. Think about the Stoic principle of enjoying what you have while you have it, and not being attached to it when it's gone. When she realizes that not everyone can be as attentive as you, she starts to realize how much she took it for granted. This is where the power of your absence comes in. By taking a step back, you give her time to think about what life is like without your thoughtful presence. Imagine a situation where she comes home after a long day feeling exhausted and drained. In the past, you would have noticed the tension in her shoulders, the slight slump in her walk, and you would have known exactly how to comfort her, whether it was with a warm hug, a listening ear, or just a quiet evening together. Now she finds herself alone with those feelings, realizing how much she misses the way you used to care for her in a world where authentic attention is becoming rarer. The memory of someone who truly saw her can be incredibly powerful. It serves as a poignant reminder of our deep need for recognition and understanding, and the exceptional nature of someone who meets that need. So embrace the Stoic wisdom of being irreplaceable by being genuinely present and attentive when you are there, and allowing your absence to speak volumes. When you are not this way, she will feel the weight of your presence, even when you're not around, making her miss you more profoundly. Number 2, she faces disruptions in her daily routines in life. We are creatures of habit. Our daily routines bring us comfort and a sense of stability, often woven intricately with the presence of those we care about. When someone is no longer a part of our daily life, it disrupts these routines, creating a void that is hard to ignore from a Stoic lookout. These interruptions are strong reminders of how temporary and changing life is. They show us how deeply our lives are connected with others and how their absence can ripple through our daily activities, causing an emotional imbalance. For example, she wakes up in the morning and doesn't get a good morning text from you. It was a small but meaningful part of her day, a simple gesture that made her smile. Or she comes home from work expecting to share dinner with someone, but finds the house empty and quiet. These seemingly small events are strong reminders of your absence. They throw off her routine and make her feel more deeply damaged. The best way to make her miss you is to understand how much she values your presence. You can't change whether she misses you or not, but you can change how she feels about your absence. To do this, be present and meaningful when you're around, have real conversations, create memorable experiences, and make a positive contribution to her life. When you bring value and joy into someone's life, your absence will naturally create a void. For example, instead of sending generic messages, make them personal and thoughtful. Share a moment from your day, ask about hers, or bring up a memory you both share. These little acts of kindness become a part of her daily life, something she looks forward to and misses when it's not there. Regularly take walks together after work, or have a favorite show you watch. Every Thursday night, these shared experiences become ingrained in her life when you're no longer there. These routines are disrupted, and the absence becomes a constant reminder of what she's missing in essence by being genuinely present and adding meaningful value to her life. You create a space that only you can fill when you step back. The disruption of these routines makes her realize the depth of your impact on her daily life. The Stoic lesson here is clear focus on being the best version of yourself and bringing positivity into others' lives. When you do this, your absence is naturally felt, and she will miss you, not because of manipulation, but because of the genuine connection and comfort you provided. Number 3, she feels the sting of loneliness. Loneliness is a powerful emotion that can create a deep void within someone's heart for a woman. This feeling can be even more intense when she reflects on times when she felt genuinely connected with someone special. Perhaps with you in moments of solitude, her mind naturally drifts back to those who made her feel understood and valued. This emotional space becomes fertile ground for longing and romance, amplifying memories of the companionship she once shared with you in Stoicism. Understanding the nature of loneliness can be a tool for both personal growth and fostering deeper connections. Stoicism teaches us to be aware of our feelings without letting them take over. This helps us see loneliness not only as a bad emotion, but also as a reminder of the meaningful connections we've had. When she feels alone, whether she's at home in her quiet room, in a crowd, or with friends who don't quite connect with her, that's when she realizes the special place you held in her life. To make her miss you more, it's important to focus on the quality of your interactions rather than just being present, according to Stoicism. Being present doesn't just mean being close by physically. It also means being emotionally available and understanding. When you were with her, the memories that will come back to her mind are the times when you listened, shared your thoughts honestly, and made real connections. People remember the times they laughed together over inside jokes, the quiet times when words weren't needed, and the feeling of being fully seen and accepted. Think of a time when you and she spent a quiet evening talking about dreams and fears under the stars, or when you gave her a chance to vent her frustrations without being judged. These are times when you were present not only in body, but also in spirit, giving her a sense of safety and understanding. When she's by herself, she will remember these times and long for that sense of comfort and belonging. Stoicism stresses how important it is to realize that everything in life is temporary. By following this concept, you let her experience the natural ebb and flow of her emotions without having to constantly remind her that you are there. Instead, you make memories that will last a lifetime. She will naturally miss sincere and deep moments with you when you're not around. Remember that being lonely can also make her romanticize past relationships, remembering only the good times and not the bad. This can make her long for you even more, but as a Stoic, your goal is not to control these feelings, but to provide genuine moments of connection. When you let go of the need to always be in her mind and instead focus on being real and present, she will naturally miss the real you. This is the power of emotional connection and the art of making someone truly miss you by being the person who, when absent, leaves a gap that no one else can fill. Fill number 4. She judges other people by your standards. It's normal for people to compare things, especially when it comes to relationships. Stoicism tells us to be aware of this tendency and not let it control us, but to understand where it comes from. According to Stoic philosophy, when a woman interacts with other men, whether socially or romantically, she may unconsciously judge them by the standard you set. This isn't a coincidence, it's a reflection of the meaningful connection you shared with her and the effect you had on her life. One way to look at this similarity is as a connection. Stoicism tells us to be aware of these kinds of bonds and think about what they mean for her. Comparing yourself to others can make you feel bad. A renewed admiration for your unique qualities. It might remind her of your humor, your attentiveness, your intelligence, or even those quirky traits that made you so memorable to her when she meets someone new and notices that they lack these characteristics. It highlights the unique bond you shared. This isn't about putting you on a pedestal or diminishing the value of others. Rather, it's about acknowledging the special mix of attributes you brought into her life. Stoicism reminds us that every person we meet is different and has their own virtues. While another man might excel in some areas, he can't replicate the overall experience of being with you. For example, imagine she's on a date with someone new and they're talking about a shared interest. She might think he's nice, but he doesn't make me laugh like you did, or he's successful, but he doesn't understand me in the way you did. These thoughts reflect the deep impression you left on her, showing that your qualities still resonate with her, even in your absence. So how can you use this Stoic understanding to make her miss you? First, focus on being your authentic self. By living according to your values and being true to who you are, you naturally set a standard that others will compare to. Embrace your unique qualities without the need to prove anything. When you act with integrity and maintain a strong sense of self, you naturally leave a lasting impression. Moreover, practice being detached in a Stoic way. Being detached doesn't mean you don't care about her feelings. It means you're not emotionally dependent on them. Being independent and self-sufficient shows that you're confident and that your happiness isn't tied to what she does. This creates a powerful dynamic where she may start to miss the stability and strength you brought into her life. In essence, know that when a woman compares other women to you, it's a sign of the special bond you shared. And by living by Stoic principles, being honest, self-control and understanding will not only leave a lasting impression on her, but they will also make her miss the special connection you had with her. Remember that the key is not to manipulate her into missing you, but to let your true self shine so brightly that she can't help but feel the absence of your presence. If this speaks to you, please show your support by liking this video and leaving a comment below with the phrase, "Let them feel the absence of my presence." Your participation helps us share these timeless Stoic principles with others who may benefit from them right now. Let's move on to number 5. When life throws her curveballs, she has a hard time emotionally. It's normal for a woman going through hard times to look for comfort in the people she knows and trusts, especially those who have been a source of strength and stability for her in the past. Sometimes the lack of your support can become painfully clear, making her realize how much she misses you. During these times, she may remember how you were always there to listen without judging. You gave her wise, well-thought-out advice, or just being there for her made things a little easier to handle. The contrast between having to deal with these problems on her own and remembering the times you were there for her can make her miss you even more. Now let's look at this from a Stoic point of view. Stoics teach us that we can't change the outside world, but we can change how we react to it. In relationships, you can't change how she feels or the problems she faces, but you can change the memories she has of you. By always being there for her with understanding and emotional stability, you build a strong foundation that she will likely miss when things get tough. It's not just about being there to fix problems. It's about being that one person who can give her emotional balance and steadiness. Someone who can help you see things in a new way when things are going crazy, and whose presence alone can make you feel better. Think about this. If you could make her laugh even when things were bad, or if you could change her mood with a few well-placed words, these are qualities she will miss the most when you're not there. When she's going through hard times, she'll long for those moments of humor or that clear guiding perspective you gave her. The Stoics tell us to develop virtues and qualities that are not only for our own benefit, but also for the benefit of others. By being that source of emotional support, you make yourself invaluable in ways that go beyond the obvious. How can you use this understanding to make her miss you? It's about being aware of how your actions affect other people's emotions and developing the empathy and understanding that makes your presence feel like a safe haven. Be the person who listens, offers advice without judgment, and creates a sense of calm and reassurance. When you consistently show these traits, you leave an indelible mark on her heart. When you're gone, the void that you leave behind will be stark in comparison to your supportive presence. In hard times, we often think about the people we've been close to and how they've helped us. This can make her miss you even more because she remembers how much you helped her emotionally. Understanding this aspect of human psychology and applying Stoic principles to it can help you understand the importance of emotional support in relationships. The connections we make during good times become even more important during hard times, leaving lasting impressions on our hearts and minds. In this way, by being emotionally stable and supportive, you naturally become someone she misses when you're not around, reinforcing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism number 6, seeing couples who are happy. If you're into Stoic philosophy and have recently lost a connection, seeing happy couples together can make you feel a lot of different feelings. This desire and nostalgia isn't just a random thing that happens. It's a sign of something deeper, a reminder of what we used to value. When a woman sees other couples enjoying each other's company, it can make her miss you even more. For example, if she's sitting alone in a coffee shop and sees a couple laughing over a shared joke, it might make her think of the laughs and light-hearted conversations she used to have with you. Or if she sees a couple walking hand in hand in the park and looking completely at ease in each other's company, it might make her miss the times she felt the same comfort and security when she was walking next to you. These encounters are often unexpected and can hit her hard, making her realize how much she misses those times of connection. Reflections can be helpful because they help us remember what we valued and how important it is to have meaningful relationships. Instead of dwelling on regret, we can use this knowledge to change and improve. If you want her to miss you, try embodying the Stoic ideals of self-control, independence, and inner strength. Instead of constantly reaching out or trying to rekindle old flames, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. This doesn't mean becoming distant or cold. It means being aware of your actions and emotions when she sees you living your life fully pursuing your passions, staying calm under pressure, and respecting your own space. She may begin to miss the stability and confidence you brought into her life. You can also make her miss you by loving the memories you made with her, but not letting them define you. A Stoic knows that change is a part of life, and while it's fine to remember the good times, it's more important to focus on the present and what you can control. By showing that you're happy with yourself, you create a sense of interest and admiration that can make her real. Is what she had and what she misses now in the end. Seeing other couples who are happy can make a woman remember the good times she had with you by following Stoic principles. By staying on your own road instead of chasing her, you can subtly get her to think about what she's missing. Sometimes being quiet and collected is more appealing than doing something big. It makes her wonder about the special bond you two had and why she let it slip away. She goes to social events by herself. Going to social events by herself can make the memories of times spent together seem very different from the present moment of being by herself. When she goes to events she used to enjoy with you, your absence is not only noticeable but also deeply felt. It's during these times that she may start to realize how much she misses you and how you made these events more special in your own way. Absence makes the heart grow fond because it allows someone to truly appreciate what they had when she attends these events alone. Whether it's a casual get-together with friends or a more formal celebration, she becomes acutely aware of the void left by your absence. This isn't just about having a date to accompany her, it's about the specific qualities you brought to her social experiences. For example, think about the way you used to bring a lively energy to conversations, making even the dullest events enjoyable. Or perhaps you provided a calming presence that helped her feel more at ease, especially if she struggled with social anxiety. When she finds herself in these situations without you, she may miss the comfort and security that came from having you by her side. From a Stoic perspective, we understand that what she misses is not just the physical presence, but the emotional support and the shared understanding that comes from having someone who knows you well. The Stoics teach us to value these connections deeply, recognizing that they are rare and should be cherished. When she navigates social events alone, she might start to realize that it's not just about having someone to go with, but about missing the specific ways you made her feel understood and supported to make her miss you. More, consider focusing on your own self-improvement and personal growth. Stoics would tell you to stay calm and focused on what you can control, your actions and character. By being the best version of yourself, you become someone who is truly felt. When you don't chase after her or look for approval from her, you exude a calm confidence that she may be longing for. You can also subtly remind her of the good qualities you brought to those social situations. You might be able to bring back memories by posting a picture of you having fun at a similar event or telling a story about a fun time you had together. But remember that the point is not to manipulate, but to stay true to yourself and let her figure out what she's missing by adopting a Stoic attitude and focusing on your own growth. By staying calm and appreciating the important connections you've made, you make it possible for her to miss the unique person you brought into her life. It's about letting go of the things you can't change and focusing on becoming someone worth missing. 8. She hears about your success. When a woman hears about your success from away, it usually makes her feel very happy. Stoic principles say that everyone has their own path and that our successes are part of our journey, not theirs. However, your success can naturally remind her of the times when she was closely connected to your life and shared in your dreams, goals, and accomplishments. For example, if you recently got a promotion at work or reached a major personal goal, she may remember the late-night conversations you had with her, where you talked passionately about your goals, or the time she was by your side celebrating your small and big wins. Seeing that she's not in these important moments anymore can make her feel a deep desire and nostalgia through the lens of Stoicism. You should always focus on what you can change: your acts, your growth, and your attitude. You can't change how other people feel about your success. You can change how you show yourself and what you've accomplished. If you want her to miss you and know what she's missing, work on becoming the best version of yourself. Show growth not only in your job or personal accomplishments, but also in your character's strength and wisdom. For example, you could share your successes with mutual friends or on social media, but not to brag, but to show that you are always getting better. This method isn't about showing off your success, it's about showing how you've grown and become stronger over time. A basic Stoic principle says that if she sees that you're doing well and changing all the time, it can make her realize what she's lost. The key is to show that you're growing and achieving without her approval or presence. The Stoic idea of amor fati, or loving one's fate, tells us to see every event, good or bad, as something that helps us grow. If you focus on your own path and keep going after your goals without her, you're living out this philosophy. View from afar can remind her of the good times, the goals you both shared, and the bond you once had. It can make her think about why she moved away, and maybe make her long for the link you two once had. So while you continue on your path to success and self-improvement, she will be thinking about you. Remember that your growth can be a gentle but powerful reminder to her of what she's missing out on. This realization can make your absence more noticeable during important life events, making her miss you even more. This isn't about manipulating her emotions. It's about staying true to your journey, your values, and your growth, and letting these be the triggers for any emotion she might feel. Imagine that she has a moment of self-reflection and starts to see things from a different angle. She really understands her part in the growing distance between you. This understanding often leads to a strong need to miss someone. When a woman thinks about her past actions and interactions, she may realize how they led to your breakup. She may feel a mix of regret and longing as she realizes that the small things she missed or the misunderstandings she ignored now seem like missed chances. Stoics believed that self-examination was important for understanding one's role in life's events and for taking responsibility for one's actions. When she starts to understand her mistakes, it can be a wake-up call when she realizes how much she undervalued your presence, misunderstood your intentions, or overlooked the unique qualities that made you who you are. It's not about guilt, but about learning from the past, which is a highly valued Stoic principle. Now, how can you use this knowledge to make her miss you even more? First, you need to embrace the Stoic principle of patience. Don't rush to remind her of her mistakes or push her to see your worth right away. Instead, give her the space to come to these realizations on her own. Honor her by showing that you respect her journey and giving her time to think deeply. If you've stepped back to give her room, keep working on your own growth and improvement. Let her see that you're not just waiting, but also working on yourself to embody the Stoic ideal of self-mastery and independence. If she sees that you are strong-willed and not too concerned with what she thinks, it may make her think again about what she lost. Remember that in Stoicism, we learn to control our own actions and reactions, not those of others. By staying calm and living by your values, you create a space where she might come to see the true value of what you offered in the relationship. When she realizes her mistakes, your absence will feel even more important, not because you tried to make her miss you, but because she sees the man you really are. He who understands the balance of life, love, and personal growth. When a woman sees kindness from others, it often makes her think of the unique ways you showed your love and care. This isn't just about random acts of kindness. It's about the deep emotional connections and specific moments that made your relationship special. When she sees support from a friend, thoughtfulness from a coworker, or even a random act of kindness from a stranger, it can unexpectedly remind her of how you showed your love and care. Let us look at this from a Stoic point of view. Stoicism tells us to pay attention to what we can change and let go of what we can't. When a woman misses you because she finds kindness in other people, you can't directly change how she feels, but you can change how you act and think to make it more likely that she will miss you. For example, in your relationship, you may have had a special way of being kind, like sending her a thoughtful message when she was having a bad day, or knowing when to give her space and when to hold her close. These actions come from understanding her needs and are expressions of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics stressed being present and fully involved in our relationships and giving our best without expecting anything in return. For example, think about the time you surprised her with her favorite meal after she mentioned wanting it in passing. It wasn't just the meal. It was the attention to detail and the effort to make her feel seen and understood. When she sees a kind act from someone else, like a coworker bringing her coffee, she might appreciate it, but it also reminds her of how you went the extra mile to follow Stoic principles to make her miss you. Focus on being the best version of yourself without trying to manipulate her feelings. Practice patience, understanding, and kindness, not as a means to an end, but as a reflection of your character. Just and fair, you leave a strong impression on her that lasts even after you're gone. Also, remember the Stoic idea of impermanence. Life is always changing, and people come and go. When she experiences kindness from others, it's a gentle reminder of your absence and the irreplaceable moments you shared. But instead of trying to control her longing or manipulate her emotions, accept the idea that what you gave her was unique and valuable. The Stoics would tell you to let go of any need to control her feelings and focus on your own growth, your own peace of mind, and staying on track in your life. By living by these principles, you become someone who is missed, not because of what you want, but because of who you are and how you show care, whether it's through kind words, thoughtful actions, or an intuitive sense of what she needs. Leave a mark on Mark. Not only are these acts of kindness remembered, they are also treasured when you're not there. This isn't meant to downplay the kindness of others, but to emphasize the unique bond and understanding you shared. Ultimately, the way she feels when she misses you shows the lasting effects of genuine care in relationships. Your unique ways of showing affection leave a big hole that others, no matter how kind, can't fill. This understanding fits with Stoic wisdom. When we act with integrity and true intention, our actions leave an indelible mark. As we come to the end of our look at how psychological cues and Stoic wisdom can strengthen emotional bonds and create a desire, we make our presence known even when we are not there in person. Making someone miss you is more than just not being there. It's also about knowing how much they miss you and using the lessons of Stoicism, self-control, emotional balance, and real engagement in relationships in a smart way. We've talked about how simple things like paying attention and being there can leave a lasting impact, whether it's by messing up her daily routine, making her feel lonely, or reminding her of what makes you different from other people. Each situation shows how important it is to be thoughtful with others and to follow the Stoic philosophy of valuing the present while getting ready for the ebb and flow of life. Remember that the goal isn't to control her feelings, but to build a real connection that makes her value and miss your presence. By following Stoic principles and working on yourself, you not only improve your life, but you also become someone who people will remember. If these ideas helped you and you want to learn more about how to use Stoicism to improve your relationships, Please like our video and subscribe to our channel. Please take a moment to rate this video from 1 to 5, with 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. This will help us keep making useful content. After you watch, leave a comment with your thoughts or share your experiences. If you want to learn more about the art of meaningful connections, check out the videos on your screen. Until next time. Follow the advice of Stoicism to make your absence felt in the strongest way possible.